Dr. Tammy, I work for Dr. Tammy. You should take hormones. You're going through menopause. She's like, I can't. It causes cancer. My physician told me it causes cancer. Why do people think it causes cancer? Why are they told it causes cancer?
Okay, I have to draw a picture, and there's no short answer to that, right?
Right?
The answer is it doesn't. It's actually protective, but here's why, okay? If you take a graph and you mark from birth to 100, let's say you live to be 100, and most people go through menopause at the age of 50, right? And first of all, you have to ask, what hormone? Hormones cause cancer, right? If you didn't have a thyroid, would they tell you that you couldn't take thyroid hormone? Because that's a hormone, right? Yeah. If you had diabetes, would they tell you you can't take hormones, they cause cancer, but not give you insulin? That's a hormone, right? Okay. So if they're going to say estrogen, why are they saying that estrogen causes cancer? So let's look at that. So here we have from birth to 100, right? And so let's put hormones on this axis. And if we're going to say estrogen causes cancer, because that's what scares everybody, we're just going to put estrogen on here because we could put all of the female hormones, progesterone, testosterone, but we're just going to say estrogen, so we'll put that with a big E there, okay? And we're going to put this graph here, and we're going to say estrogen starts to climb at birth, and then we have periods, and babies, and periods, and babies, and the perimenopause right before the age of 50, and we start doing this. And then we completely flatline. Because our ovaries, we're born with all the eggs we're ever going to have. When you fertilize that egg every month, you either have a baby or you don't, and you have a menstrual cycle.
Right.
But when those ovaries literally dry up of their eggs at about the age of 50, we make no hormones from those ovaries. In fact, at the age of 60 or 65, if they do an ultrasound on a woman's ovaries, they can't even detect them. The report will say non-detectable. They shrivel up like little raisins. So we're expected to live without any hormones from here to here. Okay, so let me ask you, if estrogen caused breast cancer, who is more likely to get breast cancer? Someone with lots of estrogen?
Oh, that's crazy.
Or somebody without estrogen?
It would be me right now.
But yet your chance is 1 in 200,000, and a woman out here is 1 in 8 because she has no estrogen. So it is completely clown world. It is completely opposite that estrogen causes cancer.
Oh my gosh, I'm at greater risk than my knee.
So why did this whole story get started?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we look at a timeline of from 2002 to 2024, in 2001, the rate of HRT was about 60% of women were on HRT. In 2003, the rate went down to about 30%. And in 2024, the rate is 15% of women are offered HRT and 5% actually accept it.
Oh, wow.
So if you ask your grandma, a million grandmas,
my Nana, my Nemo.
everybody's So what happened was there was a study that was done in 2002. This is what changed everything. So much that it dropped to half of the number of women on HRT after this study came out. Study was actually done to prove that estrogen protect women from heart disease, because this is where women have heart attacks out here, #1 killer in women. This is where women don't have heart attacks, right? So they were trying to prove that if they gave them estrogen, they could improve their outcomes.
Oh, okay.
You know what I just said? You have a 1 in 200,000 chance of getting breast cancer. I'm a menopausal woman at 55. I have a 1 in 8 chance of getting breast cancer because I don't have any estrogen. I don't have a protective effect, right? So if you have a 1 in 8 chance out here because you have no hormones, what they did is in 2002, they went out here and they took women almost 15 years out from menopause, and they put them on synthetic hormones.
Fake strawberries.
Strawberries, exactly. The difference between a strawberry and a strawberry candy, you know that when you eat a strawberry, it has nutrients in it, it has minerals, it has vitamins. Acts very different than a strawberry candy in your body, right?
Yeah.
You cannot expect to get any nutrients from a strawberry candy whatsoever. Organic, natural, bioidentical hormones are completely different from synthetic hormones, whether it's estrogen, progesterone,
Whatever.
any other hormone. So when they put them on synthetic hormones out here, they did increase their risk. And when you put a woman here on synthetic hormones to suppress her natural hormones, you do put her at risk.
Oh my God. I was on birth control for 7 years.
Right. But yet no doctor out there ever tells a woman when they put on strawberry candy that she has an increased risk of cancer.
Right.
But every day when a woman is out here, they're told hormones are going to cause cancer. You can only be on them a year or two, only if you're drenching in hot flushes, because that's the only thing hormones, HRT is FDA approved for. And it's basically total crap.
Yeah.
So also in this study, they went to the news with this sensational story. Now we already said you have a 1 in 8 chance of getting breast cancer out here. They went to the news because women didn't really know that. And the news said, based on this study, that you have a 1 in 4 chance of getting breast cancer if you're on HRT. That's what they said. It was a total lie. There's a difference between statistical significance in a study with absolute and relative values.
Yeah.
So when they reported their values, they said 1 in 4 chance was actually reduced risk from 1 in 8.
Yeah.
But that's all people heard was
Was
1 in 4. And that today is why women think that, because the news came out and yelled 1 in 4 chance, 25%.
And didn't they come out recently and say, "Oh, we lied"?
Yeah, but nobody hears that.
Yeah.
And doctors are still stuck in that narrative because Big Pharma loves that, because Big Pharma has sleeping pills, antidepressants, you name it, for any symptom that you can get. Oh, and then if you have a heart attack, well, there's all the hospital stays. Big hospital corporations love that. And then if you have a stroke or if you fall and break a bone. But again, who breaks bones? Is it you guys or me if I'm not on hormones? And what's the quality of life? It's very interesting because after about this age right here, 50% of all divorces happen because women lose their ever-loving minds and they are terrible witches to live with for the most part if they don't have hormones. So what does that do to our society, and what does that do to our ability to feel good and to thrive? And it's so simple, and especially when you use natural, organic, especially in a topical form that doesn't even go through the liver. So as we age, our livers don't process hormones as well, and doesn't process toxins as well. So if you're bypassing the liver, you're only getting benefits. And you're restoring, in fact, you're not erratic like this anymore. You're just restoring a super smooth balance. And we're also using progesterone to help sleep. We're also using androgens for your sex drive and all those things. So you don't have to dry up. You don't have to get incontinent. You don't have to break bones. It's totally a choice, but it's only a choice that's an informed choice if you know this.
Calling me.